Trump has recently expressed plans to release an executive order, to recognize two genders, male and female only. Do you think the rest of the world should follow suit?
People are always finding an excuse to someone and saying that, oh, well, I got a mental problem. I person. Now, are they telling the truth all the time? Sometimes they're lying.
If you see the French Olympics, what they did, do you remember it was a whole table of the Last Supper, but it was drag queens.
Yeah, I remember.
It turns out it was her idea. Do you understand? So, his idea.
No wonder why all them French players have been wearing that funny stuff lately.
And you decompose and someone dug you up 1,000 years later, they will be like, this is the body of a woman.
Be who you want. I don't have to subscribe though, okay? I don't have to join in and say, yes, that's what you are. Be who you want though, and stick with the people that will support you. I will never, ever support the transgender movement. I'm so sorry. I believe that it is a deliberate agenda to remove light from the world, and light is truth. You know who I'm talking about, the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus.
Transgender doesn't stop people from having kids.
It's right, but I do think it's a part of a bigger plan. I think
a bigger plan to remove light from the world.
And also what you said, Majesty, you're saying that a lot of people that are in power, obviously that are trans, they've got these roles, so it's hard to talk out against it. But that's why we need someone else like Trump, because he's also in power. So if we've got someone else in power going against it,
we're not talking against it, though,
can I
are
just
we?
say something? No, I'm saying Trump going against the other people in power.
Even in this conversation here, we're not talking against it.
This is why, oh my guys, can I just refer back to this is why I think girls like, what's her name again? Natalie. We need people
what
like
are you referring back to?
Yeah, the video.
Just to explain it.
So basically what happened was Natalie decided to open a female-only gym.
The G-Spot.
And she also said that she wants to be only 6 female, so female that can have period, have kids.
No, there was a problem first.
Let me finish. Then she also said that she doesn't want like transgender women in this gym.
No, that's where the problem was. When she started, she said that transgender women would be allowed in there. And then 4 years later, once it's open and everything, she backtracked and changed her mind.
Yes, that's what I was going to say after. And then you just said earlier that she refunded these transgender women, right? So I don't see no problem in changing your mindset when it comes to your business. Because at the end of the day, we need people like her to remind us, especially the society. And I'm glad that she went viral, because you have to remind people like us that we are doing the wrong things.
I hear what you're...
We need people like her to remind us that we are going to the wrong ways. Because when this earth was created, it was Adam and Eve. There was not Jacob turning into Francisca. There was none of that. There was Adam and Eve. So they have to remind us of how we were created.
I think that she has every right to make her gym how she wants it. It's her gym, but she misled people, and I think that's where she went wrong. She took their money. She might have refunded
but she refunded it, right?
but after she used their money to make money.
But people are allowed to change their mind.
Yeah, people are allowed to change their mind.
I feel like, did she change her mind, or did she lie to get their money to do it?
But if I want
No, because it was only £130.
It
was £130. The gym was like 50k.
£130, I'm not talking about when you ain't got 180.
No, but she gave it back. That's nothing.
If I want to choose my business to be blue, and 4 years down the line I want it to be red, it's my own business. It's just because
not if you crowdfunded it.
Yeah, you should crowdfunded it.
The right thing and refunded it.
No, but I agree with her.
She could do.
Like women, there's very few.
even if it's a lot, as far as she refunded.
There's very few spaces that women can have to train as women-only gyms. Yeah, exclusively women. Yeah. So the idea about what do you need a women-only gym for anyway?
What do you mean?
But sometimes when women go to the gym, they can't work out in peace, and they don't feel comfortable.
So the idea of the G.
Just because you don't bother women in the gym, a lot of men bother women in the gym. There are videos all the time of men disturbing women.
Or even if
it's
you
not
don't
about
get
hiring more
bothered.
stuff. Why can't we just have the place to
Even if
ourselves?
you don't, Gab, sometimes you're not getting bothered, but you're there there doing squats and
So
the
you
guys
still
over there
bothered me.
just watching
You
you. It's
still
not
bothered me.
comfortable.
Then you've been sent outside. What you don't understand is how your actions bothered me.
For what reason would you need a woman-only gym? Like, how much more femininity do you want to add to this life? Stop it. You're encouraging the wrong things.
We're old enough to make a decision by ourselves. Like I said, if you make a decision and your life is fucked up, it's fucked up, praise God. We thank God for your life. But it's just for the kids. You can't come and be like, oh, this. There are two genders, bro, male and female. Don't come and tell my kids that I don't even know Apple or whatsoever, this, then coming home to talk to me. You're making my life difficult as a parent and his life difficult. It doesn't look at what he's coming up to. Man is meant to be watching cartoon or playing with toys, bro. Why are you telling him this thing?
What the hell is that got to do with that?
No, I'm just saying, no, it's not Natalie. I'm talking about my life, personal life.
Let's focus on the G-spot, yeah? So the idea of the G-spot is to have a safe space for where women can go and train, yeah? She crowdfunded initially. She said it was open to everybody, it's inclusive, including trans women. 4 years later, she's backtracked and changed it. And since she has, people decided to, there's been an outpour of
Did she explain why she backtracked?
Well, she explained
Yes.
because she...
Why?
She said because
Wait.
she was sexually assaulted.
What, in after?
Well,
That's what she said, yes.
So she explained, but she's gone viral and she explained a lot of racism, a lot of basically...
Death threats.
Yeah, death threats all across the world. But apart from that as well, she's got a lot of support from people. So what we're saying now, was she wrong for what she's done? I think, yes, maybe she was a bit naive to take money from people and expect that not a backlash, but at the same time, she didn't have the same information that she had 4 years later on. So I don't believe that if she decided to change her mind and to give people back their money, apologize, if the transgenders want their own gym, then they should go make the T-spot. Go make the T-spot.
That.
No, I'll be serious.
They can do that.
China, the T-spot. Really? Is that what we're doing now?
She changed it. When she explained, what was the explanation for changing it?
She was assaulted
Because they're not
by a man.
biological women. They're not biological women.
No, it's because she was assaulted. And they're not biological.
I beg, please.
And it interferes with a lot of people's religions as well. So if you're Muslim,
I think that was her reason.
no, that wasn't her reason.
Yeah, so
but
we're going- you
she's
need
a
to go-
businesswoman, so that matters to her because that's her income.
But that
that's another
wasn't
form of
her
clientele.
reason. We have to go with what she said.
Regardless of
now,
the
what I'm
reason,
saying,
she shouldn't have
let me
done
just
it.
say
She shouldn't
something real
have done it
quick,
in
because
the
I've put up my
first
hands,
place. Yeah, one second.
I've
Just give me a
cooperated. No,
second.
because
No,
I've
she
actually
shouldn't have done
genuinely
it. She
waited.
shouldn't have done it in the first place.
I've genuinely
But what
waited.
she needs to understand
Jay.
is
You're just speaking.
these transgender women are not women. They have to understand that within themselves. They shouldn't have been welcome in the first place because they're not women. And that's what they have to accept. It's what I wanted to get in. You see in this back chat place, yeah, nobody lets you speak at times. And I've been trying to talk for a while, man. And Lois, I don't want it to be you, but in this scenario, it has to be you.
So Jay, you forced yourself to speak over me and then the point didn't even really land. Come on. You're lucky that I've learned from last season, not to just get mad. With Natalie, I feel like this is a learning curve for her. Yeah. That's what it is. As a businesswoman, it's a learning curve. You have to be careful of what you put out there because if you retract it, people can come for you. Now, the issue would really be is that if at the time Natalie said it's open to transgender people, she knew later on she's going to change her mind. That would be a problem. I believe at the time when she said it, she genuinely believed that's what she wanted. And then obviously things have happened down the line and she's like, actually, no, I'm going to change my mind. It's her business. She's allowed to do what she wants with her business, but there's a risk to what you put out there online because people may come for you. Now, my other thing real quick is that why I think it's a bit dangerous to have transgender women is because women also fight, okay? Women fight. Now, if I'm in a gym with a transgender woman and we happen to have some sort of disagreement, something happens and we happen to fight, do you think I'm going to win? That is when his cis manlyhood will come forward and will beat me up. And that's why there's an issue, for example, with transgender people being in Women's Olympics. Because there was a male swimmer who never won a race with men. But when they was transgender, they
Pin them down,
beat
winning.
Because biologically we're different.
So they should have their own gym. Transgender people should have their own gym.
I think
Natalie, their own Olympics too.
Natalie has grown.
You know, there's loads of safe. You know what I don't understand? Do you know what I don't understand? There is already a lot of safe spaces for the LGBTQ community to be a part of
Like
and
what?
be in. There's loads of safe spaces.
Not LGBTQ, just focus on trans because it's not about gays or bis.
But trans, there's loads of safe spaces
Like where?
that trans people have their own communities within their space.
Yeah, like where?
Where?
She's not trans. She don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't.
So then why are you saying it? You don't know.
But I know because it's
So you
always
know, tell us
talked
where.
about. I can't
This is about
specifically
protecting
say
women's
where.
spaces.
There are loads of safe spaces for trans people. Where? I didn't even know that was even a thing. Majesty, rather than hiding behind, certain things, speak out.
You are all women. You should have this is not about saying trans cannot exist. This is not about saying trans cannot do sports. This is not about saying trans cannot. This is about saying that women should be able to be women and have the things that they always had, right? Trans women are still people. They still have rights too, and they should also exist. But they should not be able
Coexist in our space.
No,
that
it's
has
not
been
even
dedicated
coexisting.
to us.
It's taking over your spaces because that's wrong.
They should do some
no, but the problem
dedicated
is,
spaces just for them.
I'm taking back what I said. The reason why men behave the way they behave is because they are genetically men. And men are programmed to be selfish and take what they want. That is why when a man has transitioned to a woman, he still asserts that dominance like he's a man because he is a man. The roles are never reversed because women have been raised to accept their place in society. So women don't go where they're not wanted. But when men change, they still have that XY running through them. That's why they behave the way they behave. Because men do what they want, because they're bastards.
the reason we don't have women in our spaces telling us what it is to be men is because we shut it down.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have a problem because we have 1, 2, 3. I would say 4 women on here that are shutting it down. Yeah, and
No,
you
ain't.
and you represent all.
You're selling to the man.
No. Whenever there's a transgender,
just thinking
whenever
of
there's
the
a transgender
future.
man, whenever there's a transgender man telling a woman what it is to be a woman, there's always a woman stood by him. There's always a natural woman stood by what it is.
Wait, Majesty.
What's going on? Like, what is going on? Why is it only me? I'm thinking ahead. I'm smart. A lot of people in here are not smart.
There were messages that Natalie was putting out, or even comments that people were leaving. And this is what makes me believe that no matter how much you feel like a woman, you're still a man and you display actions of a man. Because there were, whatever they're called, women that were not women initially, in the comments saying, you can't stop me from coming in. Watch when I get to that gym. I'm going to bust them doors open. And I'm thinking, women don't act like that. Women do not talk like that.
Chill, man. Some do.
No. I hear it. Some do. But it was showing their
One's where?
masculinity.
One's in South.
Can I ask you a question?
You said the girls in South.
Can I ask you a question?
They move like men,
But wait, how are they gonna know?
The ones in
You know
South.
what?
Majesty, I'm on your ass today. It's not today you're gonna get past me, man.
I've had my fair share of interactions with South babes, and I can't lie, the consensus is they're not very friendly. So, did I lie? I never lied.
The best ones from across the world are gonna start coming into the UK, yeah? You know the ones,
Thailand boys.
not the Thailand ones, the Miami
Thailand.
ones, the ATL
Thailand,
ones.
yeah.
They're the best ones.
Okay, cool, but they're gonna start coming to the UK doing TikToks, and how are you gonna know? What are you gonna do? Birth certificates, how are you gonna know?
That is true.
How are you gonna know?
But I find it spiteful behaviour. Why would you do that?
You would fly across
You
the
want
world.
to-
If you were to fly over just to prove the point that you can get into a women's gym without being clocked, you're a weirdo. You need to go and find your own space to go to because you're a dangerous human being.
I'm not the point of call to go to for transgender information. Let me just put a disclaimer out there because I can see what's gonna happen. Across the world, Miami, like South America, them doctors are different, okay? And what they're gonna do is they're all gonna come undercover to join the G spot, and then once they get in there, they're gonna make TikToks. How are you gonna know that they're transgender? You're gonna ask for the birth certificates? You're gonna start checking them as they come in? How are you gonna know? They feel as if you're disrespecting them because they're women.
But it's not a difference in opinion is not disrespect. Everybody in this world, just like everybody in this panel, cannot agree with each other. Just because we don't agree means you need to respect people's boundaries. I'm not allowed in there. Don't go in there, bro. There are places where when black people are not allowed in bars, no dogs, no Irish, no... Did we go in there? No, we didn't. We listened and we stayed out. So why don't you want to listen?
And we protested. And we fought, just like transgenders are doing.
Majesty said they have places just for them, communities. So if they have communities just for them, I don't see why they're upset if a woman has something just for them. Like, you've got your thing. Why can't women have it? You want everything then? Because now it's coming across like you got your thing and I want your thing.
I want to go to your gym.
Cut that your cock off then.
I want to see what's going on in your...
Cut that your cock off since you want to be everywhere. Cut that dick off, then come and talk to me.
That comment you said, I want to go to your gym, yeah? Obviously, it's not you. But have you noticed that there's never been a question of what is a real man? Have you noticed? As in, there's the whole question of what is a woman? What does it really be? Breastfeeding.
There's no
people.
question what is a woman.
There's no
There's not.
attack.
Majesty.
Women
Men,
don't
do you know
make that much of a big
Women
deal when they
don't
change
do
to men.
that.
They don't make a big deal.
I
They're just
genuinely,
men and they're
I
their
genuinely
corners.
believe women throughout history, and are still having to do it, are fighting for their place in society. And I genuinely believe this is another form of colonialism. Okay?
But Lois,
It's another form. You have to think politically, guys. What is colonialism? It's going over to a territory and taking over that territory and changing their ideologies and making them suit what you believe.
But listen.
Hold on one second. Let me just finish, yeah? I genuinely believe this is another form of men taking women's territory. Now you've gone even as far as saying, we are you, we can become you. It's offensive for me who's had a baby, who's felt kicks, who's been like, please, can you go and check what's going on? Is the child's heart still beating? It's very, to watch your breasts then create milk. Do you get what I'm saying? Like your body literally responds to this person. As soon as my baby's crying, my body's responding and creating milk. Then to have a man, someone that was born a man, sorry, Gabs, don't think too much into that.
No, I mean, it's a womanly thing, innit? It's a beautiful thing. You have to appreciate
we're
women.
not, okay. But to then have a man, decide that, I want to be a woman because that's what I feel I am. And now I'm you as well. You can't even call yourself a pregnant woman no more. Call yourself a pregnant person. You've come into my territory. You've changed the ideologies that we already had here. Now people are scared to even just say, no, I'm female.
I'm not scared.
Once again,
This is what they've been
say it again.
Me, I'm not afraid. I will say it.
Okay,
male
cool.
and female.
Big up,
That is
Lois.
what
The
exists.
reason I'm going to big you up is because you're standing up for women, yeah? And you're-
Absolutely.
But we need more Loises. And the reason why I say that is because we cannot do the job
Not
for
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not you. We don't need more of you.
They are
So wait.
not you too, Lois. Everyone needs to leave me alone because I'm smart. I'm thinking of the future. I'm thinking of my kids' jobs. I'm thinking of what the world is going to be 2026, 2028, 2020. What's wrong with you lot?
I understand where she's scared. What if your manager is transgender? What if your manager is transgender?
Girls, we cannot do the job for you, okay? Whenever there is a transgender man or there's a gay man, you have straight women that stand next to them and you have these women that validate them. We are not over there validating these men in your spaces. The reason why you have...
That video?
What are you talking about?
To tell you something.
No?
You can-
Gay, wait, hold on. Gay men. And these gay men are surrounded by women. And the transgender movement is supported by women. It is not supported by heterosexual men, okay? So what we need less women that are scared about people in high places, and we need more women that are willing to call it out. Yeah. Because as long as you're scared of all of this stuff, you're gonna continually have men that are masculine telling you what it is to be a woman. It's not us, man, you know? Women, it's your fault. You do not fight for your spaces, okay? You do not. In actual fact, whenever you see someone from the trans community, you will see they're supported by women. Men do not want them in the spaces, so we speak out and we say it and we make it quite vocal. But women do not speak out. And this is why you have this scenario where you have a woman that's created a spot for women and the entitlement of the community is made as if they have to be there. They don't have to be there, but because women have not stood up, it's time to stand up. Because guess what? They're coming for you. They're coming for your wombs. They're coming for your gyms.
I get what you're saying. It's not that she's just scared. It's hard to talk out because, like,
She just did it. She's scared.
Here. But if
She just did it.
But I'm
She's
saying,
scared.
if you talk
She
out
did
on
it.
social media and stuff, people can get cancelled. So
She
I see
did it.
where she's
She's
coming
scared.
from. But it's happening. But people are cancelling people like that now.
One slip of the tongue, no more majesty. Do you get what I mean? So I get what she's saying and I get where she's coming from. Like, sometimes we've got to think before we talk, especially when we're trying to go somewhere.
We live in a man's
I
world.
think it's men that man this. It's not women. It's the men that allow this. Look at the president of France. Is it not a man that allowed a transgender woman into the court?
But that's what I'm saying.
It is the man. I don't know what our men are doing right now, but they like themselves and they're turning themselves into women and being together. What type of nonsense is that? The president of France went to marry a transgender woman, and now we have a transgender lady in the law. I don't understand. Like, is this a society that men are men? So we women, we shouldn't exist. That's it. You just leave them. Okay, no wala. We'll do that.
It's a man's world. The same way a man has now said he's a woman and he's dictating what a woman is, a man can still stand against that man and let him know that is not what a woman is. And you'd have the same women behind you rallying the movement.
Here's the thing, yeah. It doesn't have. We don't have women in men's spaces primarily telling us what it is to be men because we shut it down. What we need are women that are more willing to speak outside and saying, I am a woman. These are the things that make me a woman. I find it offensive that any man can go and do this. And that's what we need. At the end of the day, nobody is negating from a trans person's experience or for their right to exist. I'm certainly not doing that. But what I am doing is I am not going to recognize a trans person the same way I recognize my mother and my three sisters that have created life, that my mother birthed me. You're not the same person, but you are a person and you can exist. And that's all I'm saying. And I need you women to have the same energy to keep these men out your spaces.
And not only, one second, not only creating life, guys, 1 second, not only creating life, because I don't want it to only be because there are obviously women who are infertile out there who can't have children. That doesn't, it doesn't like...
But they still have the potential to create.
So I guess by having your own gym, it brings you back to being a woman.
No, I'm just saying periods, they're things that only women go through, menopause.
I've seen this said online before. I've seen transgender women come forward and say, well, what about the women that can't have kids? Are they women? And I think that is the most disgusting argument you can ever bring to the table. To bring women that have a misfortune in their lives as a point to say they're not women, go to hell. If a woman's infertile, she can go to the doctor and find out if there's an issue. If a man or transgender woman can't have kids, you don't need to go to the doctor.
There's no reason. Yeah.
So they're still women. Let's make that clear. If you're infertile, you're still a woman. Yeah.
And now you have your own gym.
Yeah. Now you have your own gym. Okay.
So
that transgender is not allowed in.
There's only male and female, is what we believe, but you can be whatever you want to be. Live the life that you want to live, but I don't think society should be forced to subscribe to your ideologies of what you believe.
Not agree.
And Natalie needed to just learn, but she's allowed to do what she wants as it's her gym.
Big up Natalie, man.
As far as men's gym's concerned, I don't mind women in men's gym. Thank you.
I have nothing against gay people, have lots of gay friends, but transgender, I don't agree with it because I just don't think we should wake up and decide that we want to change our sex.
There are many genders now that surround us and we have to accept it. We're almost forced to accept it. And to be fair, there's nothing we can do about it. And that's just the truth. You have to embrace it. And at the end of the day, I do feel like these people at the core are humans. They're people. So I wish people could be a little bit more understanding and not so harsh.
Hey guys, I know it's getting tasty. I know it's getting good. I know you like it. But for more exclusive bits, please head over to Patreon.